Hey everyone, this is Froggies here, and in today's video I'll be teaching you how to do the PASH laser sound effect, which is that sound. So in today's video I think we'll go pretty in-depth about a couple of important things. First of all, because this is Frog Beatbox and you should know by now that's what we do on this channel, and also because I just see many people asking all sorts of different questions about the sound on the internet. There seems to be just a layer of confusion surrounding the PASH laser, right? And now, speaking from my own personal experience, when I was first learning the sound, I remember sitting there watching all these tutorials, just kind of not understanding it too. I personally just couldn't get this sound to work, and imagine I had braces at that time, which were actually the root cause of my problem with the PASH laser, but no one ever mentioned braces on the internet ever. So I'm hoping to change that today with this video. I'm hoping to clear up some of that confusion. Sorry if this turns into a long video. We're just gonna go pretty in-depth about a couple of important and very interesting things. So hopefully this will be an enjoyable tutorial, and possibly the only PASH laser tutorial you will ever need. So let's start us off talking a little bit about the sound itself. So the PASH laser is a sound that looks and sounds kind of like this. What is the PASH laser? It's an awesome, just mind-blowing sound effect. Like, as you can hear, it literally sounds like a little rain of lasers, making it an amazing sound to just blow someone's mind, or to catch someone off guard, or to keep your beats interesting. It's an outward sound that's actually surprisingly simple. On the difficulty scale of 1 to 10, I'd say it really just scores about a 5 or a 6. It's really not all too hard to learn overall, which is great news for us. But it can be used in a variety of different ways. It can be used as a riser, I think, to like create tension. It can be used as a little filler sound, but most commonly I think it's being used as a little texture layered atop some other outward vocalization. There's lots of interesting sound design opportunities here. The PASH laser was invented by a Russian beatboxer some 7 or 8 years ago at the time of recording this video, but I could be horribly wrong about that, and if I am, feel free to correct me by that in the comments. The Russian beatboxer goes by the name of PASH. That's why it's called the PASH laser, because he invented it. But here's an interesting fact. There was a sound way before the PASH laser, invented way before the PASH laser, some 20 years ago, actually, at the time of recording this video, known as the air bass, invented by Skiller. And this sound is suspiciously similar in terms of mechanism to the PASH laser. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I myself am absolutely terrible at this sound. So here's a clip of Skiller performing the sound himself. Pretty cool sound, right? And it's interesting how the PASH laser has its roots in some ancient beatboxing techniques. Now the most important part of the tutorial. Right now we're going to take a look at how to actually physically perform this sound and how it works. So how to do it, how it works, and what we want to get working right in our mouth to get this awesome noise to happen. So we're going to start this off talking about how to do the tongue position, which looks kind of like this. Now I know you may look at that and think to yourself, hey, that is a really weird looking tongue position. You'd be correct. You've probably never seen a tongue position like that before, but it's actually really, really easy to do. And all it really is it's just kind of an exaggerated way of saying the letter S. S. So say the letter S as in snake, as in subscribe. And notice how there are 3 main components to a good S sound. We're going to take a look at those right now. So component number 1, the tip of the tongue is lightly pushing against the back side of the bottom teeth. Number 2, and this is a very important component, the sides of the tongue are sealing the gaps between the sides of the tongue and the sides of the top teeth, like this, to not let any air escape out from those gaps, and to only let the air escape from the front, only from the center. That's very important for a good S sound, because if you would let air escape from the sides, your S would sound more like an S. And that's not a good S anymore. The airstream isn't concentrated in one small point, and for the PASH laser it's very important to have a good airflow. And component number 3, I don't know if this is really necessary for a good S sound, but I noticed that whenever you say S, your teeth touch each other. So those are, I think, the 3 main components for a good S sound. And now let's try and kind of take that S tongue position and exaggerate it a little bit and turn it into the tongue position for the PASH laser. Stick out your tongue and make it round and fat like this. So once you get that, stick the tip of the tongue behind the back side of the bottom teeth and try and seal the sides. And make sure to keep the tongue fat and arched, like this. Then what I want you to do is I want you to shift your jaw forwards just a couple of millimeters, and then what I want you to do with your top teeth is literally just place them on top of the tongue, just on top, like this. And that should roughly be the correct tongue position for the PASH laser. And you're going to notice that this tongue position is likely putting a lot of pressure on your neck muscles here. And that's okay as long as it's not too much pressure. In the beginning, it's very important to not go too hard on anything. Don't make the mistake I made. When I was first practicing this sound, I used to put so much pressure on my neck. I would really like pressurize my tongue to stay where it needed to be. My neck started hurting very quickly, just a couple of minutes into practicing. Talking became difficult, swallowing became difficult, moving the neck became difficult, doing the PASH laser became difficult. It's not a good way to go. Instead, if something's not working, try moving the position of the tongue or the bottom lip. The bottom lip. That's what I want to talk about next. So the bottom lip. The bottom lip. The bottom lip. The bottom lip. So the bottom lip plays a very important role in the PASH laser. If you don't have a bottom lip, you can't do the sound. So once you get the tongue position, ideally if you now would exhale air through that or try and make an S sound with that tongue position, the air should only be escaping from that little gap that's created between the center crevice of the tongue and the teeth. And now if you pay close attention to the direction of the airflow, you're going to notice that the airflow isn't just going forwards, but instead it's going forwards and down. And it's pointing down at the back side of the bottom lip. And that's where we want the air to go. So what we want to do now is we want to keep the bottom lip relaxed and flexible and bring it closer to where the air is escaping from and try and catch some of that air with our bottom lip. We're doing this because we want the air to hit the backside of our bottom lip and ideally go down into that space between the backside of the bottom lip and the bottom teeth, and then kind of spread off to the sides here, creating these what feel like little air bubbles or these little air pockets. So when you create these little air pockets and you continue exhaling with the same pressure, eventually new air comes to replace those air pockets, and so it pushes them off to the side and eventually they escape from this part of the lip, kind of making it flap a little bit, and as they escape they make a little laser sound, kind of like this. But we continue exhaling, and so that new pocket of air that pushed our previous pocket of air also get pushed out by new air. And so as you can see, as you continue exhaling, you create this continuous kind of oscillation that's making our lip flap here, and that's creating the constant laser beam type sound. So how do we do this? Now, as I said in the beginning, really it's quite simple. It's just kind of taking the bottom lip and while keeping it flexible and flappy, moving it closer to where the air is coming from and try and catch some of that air with the bottom lip. But there are a couple of problems that you can run into when doing that. Number one, if you have braces on your bottom teeth, there is a chance that this sound might not work at all. That was the situation that I was in a couple months ago. I had braces on my top and bottom teeth. Now my top teeth didn't matter all too much, it was really my bottom teeth that was the big issue. For the PASH laser, it's really important to have enough space between the bottom teeth and the backside of the bottom lip so that the air can move around freely and create like these little air pockets. If you have metal in your mouth making it impossible for the air to move like that, you're probably not going to be able to get the PASH laser. Now, I mean, my teeth are likely very different from yours. I have very tiny bottom teeth. So maybe if you have braces on your bottom teeth and your bottom teeth are shaped differently from mine, or your lip is shaped differently from mine, this sound still might work. I still encourage you to try and do this sound even if you have braces like that. But speaking of teeth, this sound relies heavily on the shape of your teeth. And so maybe if your teeth are shaped kind of weird around this area and the sound just doesn't work in the center for you, that's okay. You can also do it off to the side, like this. Now, I am bad at doing it on the side, but there are lots of people that do the laser sound on the side and it sounds just as good as it does in the middle. So that's really it for the PASH laser. Now let's try and kind of recap what we learned in today's tutorial, and perhaps I can give you a couple of tips as well. So we start off with the tongue position, which we get by kind of just exaggerating the way you say the letter S, giving you this tongue position that doesn't require any tongue tricks whatsoever. Then once you get the correct tongue position, you should exhale air and pay attention if the airflow is going in the right direction. If it is, then you just take your bottom lip and you bring it closer to where the air is escaping from, trying to catch some of that air into the bottom lip, letting it move around, hopefully giving you a cool little PASH laser sound effect. That's really all there is to it. In terms of tips, now a tip I definitely have for beginners is do not use too much pressure with the sound. All right, trapping so much air in here and trying to blow really hard, it's blowing your neck out. It's not good. Instead, if something goes wrong, try moving the tongue around or moving the bottom lip, and I'm sure you'll get the sound. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope this was informative. Sorry if it was long and wordy. I just wanted to go really in depth to just give you a good understanding of the sound and to hopefully answer some of the questions you maybe had about the sound. Hopefully clearing up some of the confusion surrounding the PASH laser. Hope you can get the sound quickly. If you have any questions, you can always feel free to ask me them in the comments. I reply to every single comment I get. You can also find me on Instagram at mazefrogbeatbox. I also have an art account called mazefrogart, on which I post art once in a while, so if that's interesting to you, you can check that out. Thank you very much for watching, and happy beatboxing.